Good morning, everyone. So yesterday I was on Facebook going through my wall, and one of my friends posted a message and it said, I'm often told in life that I'm really straightforward. Is that a good or a bad thing? And it got me thinking about all these people responding and giving some feedback. And I think, you can attach the negative or positive away from it and say, it's really more important that you get clear about how you want to show up in your life. And based on that, then you get to answer your own question. And so I know so many times in life, whether you're a leader in a company or whether you're in your own relationships, we have to take a step back and look about how are we showing up and is there a better way? And sometimes we just don't even think about how it is that we do want to show up. So I want to give you something that I use in every leadership program that I teach, and I hope that will help you. Well, there's this term called your emotional wake. And so I want to make it really easy for you to understand, but the definition of your wake that you leave, or this emotional wake, it's the psychological ripples that you leave on people in your life. So every time you leave a room, I want you to know that you leave a mark or a ripple. And that person is going to tell one other person, and they tell someone else. And so what starts out small with one person ends up getting a lot bigger. And so an example that I always use is almost like when you get in a boat, right? So if I'm in a boat and I sit in it, and the thing about in life, right, is we get in the boat every day we go to work. And what do? We are looking ahead. We're looking forward. And we're driving the boat, and we're doing the best that we can. But what happens is the wake behind the boat starts out small, and as it gets there, it goes out and gets much, much bigger. That's the way we operate every day of our lives. And trust me, with social media and everything, with Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all these things, it's made it even more important that you really get clear about what you want your wake to be. And then do you live your life up to that vision of how you want to be perceived by people? So, I gave you an example. I always say to people, what is your wake, or what do you want your wake to be? And I have people choose 3 words that they say, when people talk about me, I hope they use these words. Because if you can get clear about how you want to be perceived and you can align your actions to it, you're much more likely to be perceived that way. And you have something to hold yourself accountable to. Listen, I believe everyone has good intentions in life for the most part. And everyone shows up every day trying to do the best they know how to do. But when we don't have anything to hold ourselves accountable to, then you don't know whether the word that you want to be perceived as is good or bad, or you don't know how your actions are really impacting people. So for me, I'll give you an example. So the words that I always choose for my life is, I want to be seen as a good listener, because for a long time in my life I wasn't. And I really had to sit down and get clear about that and do my work. So listener is one. Inspirational or motivational is the other. Because everything that I do in my life, I want to inspire people to think differently about what they do. Do I challenge them to see things from a different perspective? And the last one is compassionate or empathetic. And that's taken me work, because for a long time I wasn't even compassionate with myself. So I had to really sit down and think about, how do I align my actions when I sit down one-on-one with people, when people message me on Facebook, or I'm in a meeting training a group of hundreds of people in a room. How do I still show compassion and empathy in a setting like that? If I know that's how I want to be perceived, so that's great that you can get your words. So I'm going to invite you, what are the 3 words that you want to get clear about? And so some of these words are the top words. When you look at credibility as leaders, I pulled out a lot of the words they say are the top 10, top 20 words about what we know from research is what makes leaders credible. But I've also added a few other words that I've had just from classes that I've taught. So what are the 3 words that you hope people use to talk about you in your life? It might not be any of these words, but these are there just to kind of give you some context or give you an idea. And then once you know the 3 words of how you hope to be perceived by people, then the challenge is to align your actions accordingly. We're always not going to be successful. I know I went to the Toronto airport one time, and I had did not have a good moment one time when I was there. I did not live up to my brand. And when I didn't live up to my brand, then I got to make a decision. I said, I can leave this airport right now and worry about it the rest of the day, or I can go back and apologize to this person because I did not hold myself accountable to how I want to be perceived. I'm not responsible for anyone else's actions and emotions. I'm responsible for mine. And I didn't live up to the brand that I said I wanted to be perceived as. So I made a different choice and went back and had a conversation with the individual. Understanding what your wake is gives you accountability and clarity about how to show up in your personal life and your professional life. It is the first step to understanding what is the type of leader that you want to be, and it's all about the brand that you want to lead people with. So I hope it gives you something to think about. I hope today you'll just spend just a few seconds thinking about what are 1, 2, or 3 of the words that you hope to be perceived by people in your life. And then how do your actions help support that or not support it, and what do you need to do differently? All right? I would love for you to share your 3 words with me, so feel free to leave them in the comment section. Heck, I can use them to add it to classes in the future and kind of give other people ideas of the words that you've chosen. So thanks for all the feedback you've given over the last month. I really appreciate all your support. If no one tells you today they believe in you, please know that I believe in you. I want you to go out there, think about your wake today, live your wake, and know that everything that you do leaves a ripple on people and in their lives. So don't take that responsibility lightly. All right? Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.